That was in the Sultanate period. In the Mughal period, what happened? Painting reached perfection under the Mughals. The painting style that developed was a synthesis of Indian and Persian traditions. The tradition of miniature painting reached high levels of refinement under Akbar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan. These paintings were generally done on paper but sometimes also on cloth. Extension of the royal patronage. Emperor Akbar established many karkhanas. These were workshops in which many painters worked. According to the contemporary source, Akbar employed over 100 painters in 1567. He ordered the preparation of a lavishly illustrated manuscript for the Persian translation of the Hamzanama. It had over 1,000 pages, all beautifully illustrated. The Babarnama, Akbarnama and the Tutinama were also illustrated in this 1,000 pages. The art of painting developed mostly under Jahangir. He introduced some features of the European style into India, such as the element of perspective. A large number of portraits were painted during this reign. Some famous painters of this time were Bazad, Balchand, Baswan, Bistar, Bishandas, Daulat Govardhan, Inayat, Kanha, Manohar, Mansur, Murad, Nana and Shankar. Some of them stayed at the court of Shah Jahan. Main features. Mughal miniatures are very beautiful. The painters used bright colors such as peacock blue and red. The themes of paintings are varied. Popular themes include scenes of royal courts, battles, royal hunts, nature scenes, animals, birds and flowers, scenes depicting everyday life, themes from mythology, and episodes from Hindu epics and Persian classics. Some painters were expert at painting portraits of kings and queens. Skilled painters also decorated books with beautiful miniatures. Miniatures are small paintings on places. With small details it is given. What happened? The withdrawal. This was the features. Now what happened? Why did it withdraw? Reign of Aurangzeb marked the start of the period of decline. All started going down. He considered painting un-Islamic and dismissed the court painters. Some of them started working as local nawabs and rich merchants. Many artists migrated to the regional kingdoms. The regional kingdom. The tradition of painting was popular in the regional kingdom also. Three distinct styles of painting proposed during the medieval period. The Rajput or Rajasthani style. The main centers of the Rajasthani style were Mewar, Jodhpur, Bundi, Bikaner, Kota and Kishangarh. The style flourished from the late 14th till the late 18th century. The painters painted religiously and mythological scenes, especially stories of Lord Krishna. Mythological is all about God. Lord Krishna and Radha hunting and nature scenes and interesting episodes from Hindu epics. The Kishangarh Radha is one of the most famous paintings of the Rajput school. You can see this painting on the internet. Kangra or Pahari style. The Pahari style developed in the foothills of the Himalayas. It flourished during the 18th and the early 19th century at Chamba, Guler, Kulu, Mandi, Kangra and Basholi. Krishna Radha themes were very popular with painters. Many stories from the Gita Govinda were illustrated. Raja Sansar Chand was the greatest patron of the Kangra school of art. The Deccani style. Towards the Deccan part. The Deccani style developed in the later 16th century in the kingdoms of Ahmednagar, Bijapur and Golconda. Paintings depicted battle scenes, kings in different moods, etc. The detailing was very excellent, very good. Use of soft colors and attention to geometrical symmetry are the chief features of this style. Ibrahim Adil Shah too was the patron of this school of painting. Everything was in size and everything. All corners were same, sizes were same, drawings were same. So it was much more developed in the 16th century. Music. With the coming of the Turks, music prospered. There was a fusion of Persian, Arabic and Indian musical forms, resulting in the creation of the new style of music. The Sultanate period, what happened? Music. The Turks introduced new musical instruments such as the rahab and the sarangi to India. Amir Khusro was a famous poet and musician. He combined Persian and Indian melodies and produced several new ragas. He also popularized a new form of music called qawwalis. He was a friend and disciple of Khwaja Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya and participated in musical gatherings at his khanka. Some sources say that he invented the sitar and the dholak. A qawwali session at the dargah of Khwaja Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. Dargah means the burial place of that person. Khwaja, saint. Firoz Shah Tughlaq was the patron of music. The musical works of Rag Darpan was translated into Persian during his reign. Lehjat-e-Sikandar Shahi, a work on different forms of music, was written in the time of Sikandar Lodhi. Devotional music for God. The Sufi and the Bhakti saints popularized group singing. The Sufis organized musical gatherings in both the common people and the skilled musicians participated. The Bhakti saints also used devotional music to spread their message. Chaitanya and Mirabai expressed their Bhakti through devotional songs. Mardana, a disciple of Guru Nanak, also popularized the devotional singing. If you go to temples, gurdwaras, you will hear the songs, you will come to know. This is all about reading. You have to read and learn. The regional kingdoms. What were the kingdoms? The rulers of Jaunpur and Gwalior were great patrons of music. It's all about music now. The regional kingdom. Jaunpur and Gwalior were a great patron of music. Two works on music, Ghunyal ul Munyaz and the Sangeet Sirumani, were compiled in Jaunpur. Sultan Hussain Shah Sharki of Jaunpur took great interest in music. He is believed to have created many new ragas. Raja Man Singh Tomar of Gwalior was also fond of music. He wrote the musical work Man Kautuhal, Curiosities of Raja Man. Man Kautuhal, Raja's what's happening inside his mind. A distinctive style of music developed in the kingdom of Kashmir. Music also prospered in Gujarat and Malwa. The Mughal period music, what happened? Music flourished further under the Mughal emperors. Abdul Fazl mentions 36 musicians, some of whom were women, who played music in the court of Akbar. The most famous among them was Mian Tansen. He composed many new ragas, the most popular among them being Rag Darbari and Raga Deepak. It is said that every evening he sat in his seat in the middle of Anup Talao in Fatehpur Sikri and sang his melodious ragas. Jahangir and Shah Jahan also employed many court musicians. Aurangzeb banned singing in the court but not the playing of musical instruments. He himself was an accomplished veena player. Several books on classical Indian music were written in Persian during this reign. With the decline of the Mughal Empire, many musicians migrated to regional kingdoms. Later, music reached a new peak under Muhammad Shah Rangila. Dance. Many classical dances evolved during this period. Most of them began in temples. Bharatnatyam evolved as a temple dance. It was patronized by the Chola rulers. Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Odissi and Manipuri evolved in different parts of the country. Kathak, which is Kathakali. In North India, Kathak evolved as a distinct form of dance. The term is derived from the word Katha, which means story. The dance tells the story. The Kathakars were a caste of storytellers attached to the temples. Using gestures and songs, they told stories in praise of God. Thus, Kathak was initially a devotional art form. Under the Mughals, Kathak began to move from devotion to a form of entertainment. It began to be performed at the court of the kings. The costumes and the style changed substantially. Subsequently, two schools of gharanas developed, the Jaipur Gharana and the Lucknow Gharana. Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, the last Nawab of Awadh, was a great patron of this dance form, Kathak. Bengal. Bengal has a very rich cultural heritage. It has been a major center of art and literature since ancient times. During the early medieval period, Bengal was under the rule of the Pala rulers, as you see. We have read. During the 14th to the 16th centuries, it was an independent regional kingdom, not under the control of the sultans of Delhi. During this period, the Ilyas Shahi dynasty and the Hussain Shahi dynasty ruled Bengal. The kings of the both dynasties patronized cultural activities. Thereafter, Bengal was controlled by the Surs. Finally, it was annexed by Akbar, who made it a separate province. Monuments. You have read about the Adina Masjid and the Dakhil Darwaza in lesson 6. Some other famous medieval monuments of the region are the Kotwali Darwaza and the 5 masjids, Tantipada, Darasbari, Chamkati, Chota Sona and Bada Sona. Brick was used in monuments on a large scale. Stone was only used occasionally. The decoration was generally in terracotta. A large number of temples were constructed in Bengal. Most were modest brick and terracotta structures. They were generally 4 roof structures with 4 triangular roofs moving up to converge at a point. Bishnupur or Vishnupur has many such temples. Vishnupur is in Bengal next to Bankura. The Rasamancha, the Jod Bangla and the Radha Shyam are good examples. The outer walls of these temples are covered with terracotta tiles that depict scenes from the epics. It's all in Bishnupur. You can go to Bishnupur, it's a historical place. Here's the one in Bishnupur, the Rasamancha, the pride of Bishnupur was built by Bir Hamir. Language. Bengali developed as regional language since it derived from Sanskrit. It borrows many words from it. Many words from Persian and European languages also become a part of Bengali. The language has received a boost from the composition of Bhakti saint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What was the literature in Bengal? Many Sanskrit classics were translated into Bengali. Sultan Alauddin Hussain and Nusrat Shah were patrons of cultural activities. The former engaged scholars to translate the Ramayana and the Mahabharata into Bengali. Maladhar Basu, a famous poet, translated the Bhagavad Purana into Bengali. He also compiled Sri Krishna Vijaya. Painting, hundreds of illustrated manuscripts from the Hussain Shahi period have been found. The paintings of Bengal resemble the paintings of the Sultanate period. Music, particularly folk music, prospered in Bengal. The most popular was the Baul singing. It was sung by a religious group called the Bauls. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu popularized devotional songs. These songs were sung in chorus and accompanied by instrumental music. This type of singing is called kirtans, the kirtana. Bauls, they have that fun, tung, 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 play, and they go around like beggars. They singing devotional songs for the Lord and all. Very famous. Bauls are very famous. They are total famous in America also. So read this chapter and do the question answers, both the chapters. This is your homework. Next time we'll come to political formations of the 18th century. From Nadir Shah, Ahmed Shah Abdali and all that, what happened. After that we have geography. History will be done. So another one chapter left of the political formation of the 18th century. We'll do that and complete history. Take care. Happy pujas. Enjoy yourself. Respect your parents. God bless you all. Bye bye. See you soon.